What's up, Spillers? Welcome back to a new episode of Tea with Tori. I'm your host, Tori, and today we have a very special guest. We have Izzy!
Oh my God, hello.
Izzy, please tell the people who you are and what you do.
My name is Izzy. I'm a Capricorn. No, I'm joking. I am who I want to be. B-A-R-B-I-E, Barbie girl. A-I-E, I'm what everyone does in LA. I model, I act, and I do comedy.
I feel like everyone doesn't do comedy, though. At least they don't do it well.
Cowards.
You do it well.
Cowards. Get on the stage. Get on a microphone. Tell a joke. Be brave. Do it. I dare you. Yeah.
So are you from LA?
No, I'm from Brazil.
Ooh. Give a shout out to your Brazilian.
Oi, brasileirinhos. Oi, meus amores. That was Portuguese.
Yes.
For anyone wondering.
I wish I spoke another language. I'm just over here, born old English.
I believe you. I believe in you. Download Duolingo.
I've been learning Spanish since I was 4.
Hola.
It's buenos dias.
¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
Basically, yes.
Good. Hey, that's something. You'll survive.
Puedo ir al baño? You know, like.
Sí.
I just hit him with a C. It's it.
Sí.
Yes.
Sí.
So, when did you move to America?
America. I moved to America when I was very young. First, and it was Indiana.
Ooh.
Indiana when I was like 4-ish, and then I was back and forth a lot until I was 12, and my parents were like, "This is severely affecting her school. We should pick one." So they chose America, and I started visiting Brazil every like 2 years, sometimes 3 years. Mostly every 2 years. It just became less frequent, which sucks, but that's life.
When's the last time you were back?
Girl, COVID. Quite literally February 2020.
Oh, no
right
way.
Before everything shut down.
So you like would have been stuck there.
Oh, yeah.
Do you kind of wish you were? Muy poquito.
Just a tiny bit. Just a little tiny itty bitty bit. Like something in my soul would have been like, that'd been fun. That would have been interesting. But then also no, because I'd been stuck at my grandma's house with like 4 or 5 other people. And I would have lost my marbles. My marbles gone with the wind. I couldn't do it. So yes, but no.
So when did you move from Indiana to Los Angeles?
Okay, so everyone hold my hand. We're about to go on a journey.
Yes.
So I moved from Indiana to Colorado, back to Indiana, back to Colorado, and then to Texas, then to LA. I've moved a lot.
Yeah.
It's tiring. My feet hurt. But yeah, I've been in LA this will be my 7th year, and I moved from Texas. Yeehaw. Lived there for approximately 2 weeks and was like, my parents moved there, and I was like, yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, I lived in Colorado the longest, besides everywhere else. So yeah, LA and Colorado were the main homies of America.
What were you doing in Colorado?
Girl, who knows? My dad was there, so guess where I was?
There.
Family moved there, and I went with. Didn't exactly have a choice.
Okay.
Yeah, he was there for the university. He's a micro plant biologist. He fucks with plant DNA. Whatever word that is. Yeah, he messes around with plant DNA, and he was working at government labs in the school universities. So that sounds way smarter than I mean it to. It is hard.
It sounds really hard and intelligent.
And I don't know what's going on.
Just the fact that you don't like fully know what his job title is sounds very important.
Yeah, no, yeah. But now his goal was to be a teacher.
Okay.
So he went like, I'm doing these government labs. Now I want to be a teacher. I'm like, okay. So that's what he's doing in Texas now.
Okay.
He's a teacher. A professor, sorry.
So did we chicken before the egg? Did you want to get into modeling, acting, comedy, and move to LA? Or did you move to LA and you were like, ha-ha?
Ha-ha. Very that. I feel like every entertainer, or at least like a lot of people, have a moment where they wanted to be something in entertainment, whether it's a dancer, a model, an actor, a comedian, like whatever it may be. Like I think everyone who found the stage and performed like really loved it and wanted to find a way to stay there. I had a similar journey where I did like improv classes at a young age and was like, this is fun. I like those. Fell into dancing, did that a lot. And I just never assumed it could be a job. I was just like,
too much fun.
No, I was like, you have to get lucky. You have to get lucky. You have to be someone who gets discovered. Like it's something that happens to you. Like you can't choose to do it.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, I started modeling because I literally tripped and fell onto the first photographer I ever worked with at a cafe.
Very on brand for you.
Oopsie poopsies. And our photos went viral within the photography community in Colorado. Then I started working with more photographers. One of those photographers ended up working for Target, brought me on, worked for Target, ended up in like a bunch of Target stores, which was like very surreal for me. And I decided like, hey, this might be worth a shot. Moved to LA, and here we are. Just why not?
Literally hit the why not.
Yep.
Hit the fuck it. For real.
Hit the fuck it, we ball. And I'm terrible at basketball.
I'm
terrible at basketball.
So not only do you model and act and do comedy, but you are a very strong representation of the LGBTQ community.
Shout out gay people.
Shout out to the gay people everywhere.
Sorry, I hit the microphone. That was because I love gay people. Sorry. Thank you for your time.
So what do you personally identify as?
I identify as queer. So basically everyone's on the menu.
But would that not be pan?
It's honestly labeled. The labels all basically mean the same thing.
I wasn't going to say that because...
I said that. I can say that.
Literally, I'm like you can say that.
Bisexual, pan, queer, like in terms of what it means of like what we like, same shit.
Everyone.
Shit. It's just whatever hits right.
Yeah.
And queer was described to me when it was more of a new colloquialism, like back in... You know what? I'm not going to math. Back when I was in college, like my freshman year of college, I went to my very first Pride. And a girl explained to me like what queer was and what it meant. And I was like, out loud, I was like, I think that's me. And they all just like quietly like turned over and were like, what? Because I was supposed to be the token straight ally. I was always just like a really powerful ally. Turns out, oops. And they were like, have you kissed girls? I'm like, have we not all kissed women? They're like, no. That's not normal. I was like, oh, wait. Stop. You guys are joking. I was like, no, it's not normal to like kiss women all the time. Like, what am I doing? What? So yeah, went to that Pride. And then from that point on, I was like, yeah. And then I briefly dated a trans individual, and I was like, yeah, this is good too. And then
this works.
And then moving here, I briefly dated a non-binary person. I was like, yeah, this is great too. I'm like Pokemon, just collecting them all.
Literally,
like, yeah. And I've like so far, I haven't had something I wasn't a fan of. So,
is there any demographic or type of person that you haven't dated yet that you're like, I want to though?
Rich, wealth. Spoil me rotten.
Literally.
Not lift a finger because I'm the princess. If anyone's... Please.
Save me. Captain Save a Hoe.
I'm available and ready for pampering. Thank you so much for your time. That demographic is stunning and gorgeous, and I'm waiting.
I'm just,
I'm polite. Sometimes. Poised and proper.
What would you say is the biggest difference for you between dating men and women? Like, do you take on different personalities?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, my God, yeah. Like, my personality as, like, base human, goofy goober, always goofing. But in terms, I feel like with women, especially because of the way I present more femme.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of, in queer spaces, non-queer spaces, I'm assumed to be straight. In queer spaces, it's like, are you? Like, I don't.
Are you an ally?
Are you an ally? Like, I don't outwardly look super gay. So when dating women, I have to be brave and like step forward. And I'm really bad at that because I'm lazy. And that's 100% my fault. Men to me are easier in the beginning stages of like starting to date.
Because they're more pursue, they do the work.
Yeah, societally they're taught like you have to be the one to pursue, and they're like told you have to go get him, tiger. Arr. Like, so then I'm used to just kind of being like, well, come to me then. Or just like, and then eventually approach will happen. Meanwhile, in queer spaces, like dating women, I've learned that like you have to usually either make yourself like blatantly obvious you're attracted to them, or
wear
just
like a queer sticker on your forehead.
I have a shirt that says "gay?" And I just point at it sometimes. That's not a joke. I literally had a TikTok go like decently viral of like, hey, if you're ever wondering like what you to do in queer spaces, and if you're like scared to flirt, just wear a shirt that has "gay" on it. And go like, you're so pretty. And it worked for me. I wore it at Pride, and it would flawless execute. Like, I've never been hit on so much in my life. And I'm like, so this is the trick. I just had to have gay literally just boom, labeled onto me. But yeah, I think that's the biggest difference is like in the beginning stages, it's easier. It's less work, I should say, to date men. But with women, I have learned that it's more, not fulfilling, that's not the right word, but I feel more seen. Because I haven't been in too many relationships with women, but the ones that I have been, I feel very seen and I feel very thought of almost immediately. Meanwhile, with men, I feel like it's a little bit of I feel like you're trying to woo me instead of you're just simply like treating me very kindly. Both have very similar aspects, though. I'm not gonna lie. Everyone sucks a little bit.
That part, though.
Yeah. Everyone sucks a little bit.
So a couple years ago, did a podcast with my friend where she was like, well, there's a difference between like romantic interest and sexual interest.
Oh, for sure.
And I broke it down to the fact that like I'm sexually interested in both, but romantically only interested in men.
Super
and
fair.
a large part of me wishes that it like went both ways, because that's one thing I hear all the time is like from women that date women is I feel so seen. Like cute things, like all the things that you like want the boyfriend to do, like girls, we all want it. So like we do the things.
Like you know how men are taught to like pursue, blah, 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 blah. Like we are societally taught to like pay attention. So like little details, like if I hear you say, oh, I really like this flower. Okay, locked and loaded, that's in there.
Literally.
Oh, I don't like chocolate candy, I prefer sweet candy. Okay, locked and loaded. Oh my God, I've been dying to watch this movie. Okay, locked and loaded. And that's not to say that men don't do that, but it feels like innately all of my women friends and friends who are like raised like women, we innately do that. Whether like we're romantically or just for friendships, like we just do that.
Yeah.
So.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you feel like your LGBTQ lifestyle and your work kind of like coincide, or is that like your personal life and you have like your professional life that's different?
Unfortunately, it feels like I don't have a choice. I am extremely proud and out, and that has helped a lot of people be proud and out. And there was a running joke in my college that everyone who hung out with me came out eventually. Because it happened a lot. Not even like, I think a week ago, a girl I used to go to college with randomly DM'd me and was like, hey, just so you know, I had a huge crush on you back in college, and I'm happily married to a man now, but I came out as bisexual because I found your page again. I'm like, even from a distance.
You're reaching the masses.
I'm like, you're gay. You're gay. And I'm like, I don't purposely be like, oh, you're gay. Like they're like, no, you're just like so like calm and like, you just speak about it so clearly and confidently that it made me be like, oh, those are the feelings I feel, so maybe I am gay. I'm like, maybe you are gay. So I am so happy that it gets to be a part of my job. The only part that kind of sucks is when I'm dating someone and I prefer it to be private, and it feels like it's beneficial to show relationships when working on the internet. Mm-hmm. But it's like, it's something that I very much prefer to keep to myself. That's the only downside, is that like, a part of me, I feel like I have to show, but I don't want to.
Because technically, like, your sexual preference is who you're dating and who you're sleeping with.
Exactly.
So to be so loud and proud about that, but then not loud and proud about, like, when you're in a relationship is kind of discombobulated.
If it is discombobulating, because it feels like, oh, yeah, it feels like I'm saying, oh, I'm not proud of my partner, but I am extremely proud of my partner. The only way I would show who I'm dating is if they too are in the limelight of like a similar caliber or more than I am. Because then I'm like, okay, you're used to this. You know what's going on. But if I'm dating someone who like doesn't want to be in the entertainment industry or doesn't know, then I'm like, I'm not going to throw you to the wolves like that. That just doesn't make any sense to me.
I understand that completely.
Yeah.
Because the internet can be really freaking mean.
The internet is so mean. It's so mean.
But in the same time, it can be so inclusive and supportive and beautiful.
I love my people.
Sometimes so mean. That's what I like. I love when something goes viral, obviously, because like the followers and the paycheck goes up and all the things. But like at the same time, it brings so many people to my page that like don't know me and don't know my story and like are not in like my fostered community of people that like have been following me since whenever they started following me. And I just always will notice like it starts with like one comment, like a drop of blood in the water. And then I'm like, what? How did y'all get there?
There's so many things that are like, I remember I posted a funny video of like, oh, when is a skirt too short? And I was wearing a skirt and I was like, psych, it's a skirt. And there were just these little shorts. And I just like did a little dance and walked out. And for like the first however many million views, people were like, hilarious, never too short queen, period, quoting Paris Hilton. It was like all hee hee ha ha. giggles and fun. And out of nowhere, it's like, it's too short when you can't turn around those and your ass cheeks are hanging out. And then it all of a sudden turned into body shaming with a skinny girl like you, it's never too short, but with a girl with actual ass, like it's da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, Diva, your hatred should be pivoted to the patriarchy right over yonder.
Literally.
Not me. I'm just trying to sing.
Like, I'm the wrong one.
I'm just trying to dance. I'm just trying to dance. I'm trying to giggle. I don't think I'm the target here. Good aim though. Good aim though.
Good aim. You
if
missed the mark.
Your shot, like aim. Next time, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, that's little videos like that where I'm like, there's possibly nothing to be mad at. People will find something to be mad
there's
at.
Always something that someone can find to be mad at.
It's like that one TikTok that was like, what if I don't like beans on a bean soup recipe? Then don't make the recipe. Don't make the recipe.
It's even people that will be like, I don't like this video. I'm like, why? I saw a comment today that literally had me dying because they're like, why are you commenting? Now the algorithm's just going to show you more of this.
No, literally, I have never once in my life commented a hate comment because I'm like, that's such a waste of breath, time, energy. If I don't like something, I'm like, let me keep it pushing. Let me keep it pushing. Even if it's something where I'm like, oh, that's hateful. I hate that. Don't give them more of your energy and time and effort.
And all of it.
Just keep it going. I'm like, you just want attention. You just want to be held.
Yes.
Mama, uppies, get away.
I will literally go through like my like hidden messages sometimes and like the hate stuff. I'll be like, I hope your day is better than the day that you sent this to me because I feel like you must have been really down or something. Because to really be so angry at a complete stranger.
And a video, no less.
A video made by a complete stranger that you will probably never see or speak to in your life. So angry that you must go to their inbox and express how angry they made you and how hurt or disrespected you feel by this complete stranger is wild to me. I've never understood it.
Like
I could never.
And especially if the content is specifically and purposefully mean and hurtful and horrible, racist, sexist, gay, like homophobic, whatever it is, babe, don't give them attention. That's what they want. Like, report the page, block the page, keep it moving. That is the best thing you can do.
Literally. That's literally all you can do.
That's it. That's the best thing you can do.
So everyone has like their kind of like, oh my God, I've made it moment. What was your moment that you were like, oh shit, I might be that bitch?
So unfortunately, I am a Capricorn.
Oh, so never.
So that hasn't happened. And if it does, it's like, who's next?
When is the moment that you felt the most successful? Even if it's not the ultimate
I've had
success
multiple moments.
When is the moment you were like, ooh.
The Target, the one where I was like, oh, bitch, I can do this, was when I got the Target thing and I saw myself in Targets. Then I realized my ex also saw me in a Target. And I'm like, yes, I want to do that again. And then I got a billboard in Times Square for Aerie, and I was for modeling, and I was like, oh,
ooh.
Clock it, got it, done. Another one was I'm on a YouTube channel called React, and I used to produce for them. And one of the videos I helped produce got well over 1 million views. And I was like, boom, I'm a genius.
I'm a producer.
I'm a genius. And just like little moments of like, oh, I did something that was extremely successful. I'm like, yes. Yeah. So like those are the big ones that stand out to me, but I haven't had a moment where I can like fully relax my brain. But that's also my fault. That has nothing to do with my career. It's fully a me thing of like, we must push forward.
Do you have like anxiety?
Look at me. Of course I have anxiety.
Do you have like professionally diagnosed anxiety or self-diagnosed?
No. Very Klonopin.
No, a lot of.
Babe, let me go ahead and.
Not in the purse.
I also have Benadryl in case anyone is experiencing allergies. Zyrtec as well, in case anyone's dealing with that.
So you just have like a whole pill
my
cabinet in
Klonopin right there. Boom, boom. Boom, boom.
When did you
gentle
get like
tranquilizer.
officially diagnosed?
Oh, God. Like 9 years ago. It was initially depression.
Okay.
That was my cross to bear, was depression. And then I would say 4 or 5 years ago, my therapist was like, you also have anxiety.
You're
like
being anxious girly.
I was like, you have chronic anxiety. And I was like, nah. She's like, yeah. And then I saw a psychiatrist and they're like, do you want to be medicated? I'm like, no, I'm fine. They're like, are you sure you're fine?
They're like, just try this.
You don't. And then I was like, oh, love. The thoughts are quiet. That's so nice. So yeah, I am now not medicated unless I like, it's still there as on an as need basis.
Yeah.
Because I started doing somatic therapy and that's been very changing for me. But yeah, no, I've been doing talk therapy on and off for like 10 years. Yeah. CBT therapy, EMDR therapy, talk therapy, the whole rigmarole.
What do you feel like has been the most helpful for you?
For me, because like I mean, it's the cliche thing is to say like, oh, like the talk therapy of when I was at my darkest that brought me back up and that like made me not want to die. But and you're like, exit the mortal realm. But honestly, the most eye-opening has been somatic therapy because I intellectualize my feelings and therefore my body feels them. Mm-hmm. So then I get very sick and I feel stress in like my chest and my stomach and like my back. And then I get sick. And so somatic therapy, for those who don't know, somatic therapy is basically just like kinesthetic therapy. Like you have to sit in the emotion, feel the emotion, and talk to the emotion instead of talking about how you feel. You're not talking about how you feel. You're talking to the emotion that's sitting in your body, and you have to really sit and feel it, and it's so uncomfortable, and you feel so stupid. But it's been very changing to like realize the vulnerabilities that I like have refused to see. That I'm like, no, I'm fine. You're not, though. Like, oh, I can get through it. Sure. You can also ask for help. So that's been the best thing for me is somatic therapy.
Have you seen Disney's Inside Out?
Yeah. Anxiety she just wants to help. She just wants to help.
I felt like that was such a beautiful representation of anxiety because
Agreed.
I feel like it gets such like a
bad rap.
A bad rap. And it's like at the end of the day, you're anxious because you just want to do better.
Yeah.
You just don't want to fuck up. You just want to be like the best you. Yep. And you wind up actually becoming the worst you because you're getting anxious about things that could potentially never even happen.
Correct.
You're like, well, what if I go outside and I get hit by a car? Like, okay, what if you don't?
What if you go outside and win $1 million? Uh-oh.
Literally, like, that's what I try to do is like, because I have like self-diagnosed. I feel like our whole generation has a slight touch of anxiety, just a little bit.
Look at the world. Look what's going on.
It's going crazy.
Everyone's a little anxious.
And I feel like watching that movie, even though it's a children's movie, really made me understand like, oh shit, that's just kind of how your brain works.
Absolutely. Anxiety is a normal emotion. It's a part of the way you're supposed to feel. Anxiety is when it's just sort of constant, never ending, and your body can't tell the difference between like, oh, I'm having an issue pop up to there's a gun.
Yeah.
There's a gun to my head. Like it feels the same. Or just like constantly like have voices just like yelling at, well, not in that, okay, calm down. Like it's like, or just having like, oh, everything is gonna go wrong and like constantly thinking about the future and like freaking out about something that literally hasn't even happened.
Literally.
Yeah. Something my therapist said that like I've carried with me is no part of your body hates you. No part of your mind hates you. They all want you to succeed. They all want you to be better. They just might be doing it in a way that doesn't make sense to you. They only learned from what you've told them. So if you had like, if your parents were like abusive, then that's what registered as love. If your relationships were abusive, that's what registered as love. If your friendships were terrible, that's what registered as love. So that's what your body registers as love. So that's what your brain uses to try to help you because that's all that's being registered. It's like, oh, you're not doing, well, let's say like you haven't been eating well, you haven't been taking care of yourself. One way you can talk to yourself is like, hey, like we deserve to feel good. We deserve to feel lighter. We deserve to not have our stomach hurt. That could be an example of how your mom talked to you. Or conversely, get up, fatty. What are you doing? Okay, it's like those belly rolls are looking a little too big. Same sentiment, very different words.
Very different delivery.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's something that people also have to deal with in relationships.
Yes.
When you get into a relationship, it's like you, regardless of how much you try not to or you try to, like you do take part of what your parents phrased you as, and that is very much what becomes your self-talk and your talk in a loving relationship. And you're like, well, my mom loved me and she said it like this. So if I love someone and I say it like this, they should understand that it's just out of love.
Yep.
And it's like, well, what if you come from a household that people like didn't talk about their feelings or didn't talk about certain things? And then you're over here like, it's just from love. Yeah. Understand that. And they're like, my loving household was like to not talk about it. That's how we show that we love each other.
My outburst is just passion. that means I love you. It's like, no, no, but I don't feel loved when you do that. So
it's counterintuitive.
yeah. Yeah, it's we don't get to choose the cards we're dealt, but we get to choose how we work with them.
And how we play the game.
Yep. Whoa. Bars.
I feel like that might be the reel that I used to promote this.
Bars. Starting my rap career.
Literally. So are you self-managed? Do you have an agent? How are you making your money? How you getting work? How you getting your coin, girl?
Baby, I was self-managed for so long. Mama's tired. Mama needs to take a sit down. She needs to rest. So I have a social media management, and I did just drop my LA modeling agency. So if agencies are looking, what's Hi, my name is Izzy. I'm 5'8". My measurements are 33, 24, 35.5, I think. Shout out. Anyway, I have a social media manager. I'm signed with a modeling agency in San Francisco and Orange County.
Okay.
So that's my management so far. I'm happy with them. I'm content with them. And I don't know how to stop. So I network, and now I'm looking for acting representation because I've decided that's something I'm going to do. Because why not?
As you should.
Why not?
Constantly evolving.
No, literally.
Yeah.
So that's why, I'm doing that. I feel like agencies are such hit or misses.
No, they really are.
It really is. Like, I have friends who, like, agencies make or break their career. And then sometimes they're just there to take 20% of something.
I think it really depends on, like, and not even agencies, like who is specifically repping you at the agency. The agent is really make or break. Because any time that I've done really well with an agency, it's because I have a really good relationship with my agent.
Agreed.
Like, we're not best friends, but like we kiki.
Yes.
Like, we talk. Like
like the best manager I've ever had, we like kikied a little, but like she was exactly like me. She was a shark. She was like, what do you want? What are you looking to do? What are you willing to do? And she'd like give me something. She was like, I know this is low pay, but this company is really good to get in with. We need to get in with them somehow. Just do it. I'm like, heard.
Bet.
Heard. And anything I would give her, she'd be like, this isn't enough. I'm gonna get you more money. Hey, they don't have enough budget, but I like lowered what you have to do for them now. And I lowered the usage. Like, that was the best manager I've ever had. And she was like really, really small boutique agency. The only reason we stopped working together is her boutique agency became food-based. And I'm not a food-based creator. So she was like, I'm having a really hard time finding you jobs. Like, I think you should find someone who's more in the niches you're in. And I did, and it's fine now, but I miss her. Literally. Charlotte, I love you. Charlotte, hi.
I freaking love that. Do you have anything coming up for you, coming out that you want to promote and let my lovely spillers know about?
I'm about to release a YouTube channel.
Woo! It's hot off the press. Y'all finding out about this today.
Literally sent in the videos to be re-edited because all I'm editing them with is my phone and iMovie.
Ooh.
Woof.
You really took it back. You didn't even say splice. You didn't say CapCut. You said iMovie.
Because I remember those are the vlogs that I watched, and I wanted to give a sense of nostalgia when I was watching vlogs. Because, like, let's have a renaissance, babe. Let's get the Jenna Marbles in this mix.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Let's get the Jenna Marbles in this mix.
Every Wednesday.
Like the squeaky, wiki, like little squeaky toys. I wanna be tall. Like, I wanna bring that energy. But so I'm like doing vlog. I have 2 vlogs in the chamber and then like a Q&A situation, all of which are just stupid. Like, my goal is to like the kind of goofiness and casualness of TikTok just elongated. So that's what I'm hoping to do. And in my other channels, I'm, doing stuff.
Stuffing. Let everybody know your social media handles and where they can find you.
See, this is an easy one, I promise. It's at Izzy Busy Spider on literally everything.
I love that. Even your YouTube channel?
Yep, Izzy Busy Spider.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. I had an amazing time talking to you. I could talk to you forever, but it's got to end sometime. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I am Tori. This is Izzy, and we've had an amazing conversation today. The light in me recognizes the light in you. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Send this to someone you want to inspire, and I will see you next Thursday.
Namaste.
Bye.